Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and yesterday, of course, was the very, very important national holiday of Discount Candy Eve. Of course, making today Discount Candy Day. Go get yourself some 50% off candy. You're gonna need it to get through this banner restricted announcement because boy, did they miss something. Like 30 somethings. And yet they did basically ban like 15 things. So I'm pissed, okay? I don't play any of these stupid formats that they just ban it in, so I'm sure you're all thrilled to death that they probably just half fixed everything. Nah, come fix standard. The hell are you waiting for? So, spoiler alert, they didn't ban a damn thing in standard. Not Tybalt, not Captain Death Touch, Zenith Flare, we get to keep playing with that. Torbrand, love that. And don't forget his friend Fiery Emancipation. Rune Crab, get to deal with that garbage. Embercleave, nope, that's fine. Hell, I don't even want to see Hackdos in a game ever again. I mean, my list of shit I want out of standard is probably just as long as anybody else's, to be honest. I mean, other people are like, you want everything banned. But those people are just uninformed idiots who just can't see or conceive of the state of standard compared to how it was like 8 years ago. So the Peer into Abyss instant lose combo, that's still a thing. The Tybalt instant lose combo. Dream Trawler duck and cover all in control decks, still a thing. That stupid Manland where the entire rest of the deck is control, that's still a thing. Luris Infinite Deadweight, that's still a thing. Doom Foretold still exists, unfortunately. Brash Taunter Suicide decks, we still get to play against those treasures. Ugin, just Ugin at all. No, they're fine with him existing. Why else would they have reprinted him? Scoot Swarm, I love getting swarmed by 250 tokens. That's my favorite thing to do. Lotus Cobra, they'll admit that that's broken when hell freezes over. Auspicious Starix, I love giant stacks of mutating shit that kills my creatures one at a time while free casting just their whole entire deck all at once. Luminarch Aspirant, sure, why not bring another Tarmogoyf into standard? We already have 3 or 4 of them, one of them's flying. Rogues, I don't see anything wrong here. Enjoy your gameplay, assholes. So anyway, that's what they're not doing anything about. Let's jump into Historic, where they banned Omnath, Locus of Creation. He's been moved from suspended to banned, so that's nothing. And then Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, is banned, which we already knew. And that's actually all they're changing in Historic, which Historic is probably the worst format in the game right now. It's so much less diverse and more degenerate than Modern, but without like any of the fun old cards. So when they added those 3 anthologies, they ruined it forever. I mean, that's just, it's never coming back. I don't care what they ban. They're never going to fix it. There's such utter degenerate, broken, like turn 3 combo shit. It's absolute trash. So moving on to Pioneer, Balustrade Spy is banned. Teferi Time Raveler is banned, which good. I mean, the more he can get banned from, the better. Undercity Informer is banned. Uro is banned because, of course, he's basically Oko's twin brother. Little bit larger, but just as ugly. And then Wilderness Reclamation is banned, which, okay. I literally don't know what any of these cards do. Their hover over system is broken. The whole API is down, the whole database is down. Thanks, Wizards. Well, I'm just running down the list, then we'll go to the explanation, and obviously I'm showing them up on screen too. So, Modern Field of the Dead is banned, thank God. F that card. It's just a degenerate, broken, non-interactive disaster that survives board wipes. It always will be, and I hate it. Everybody hates it. It was a mistake. Mystic Sanctuary is banned. Simeon Spirit Guide is banned. Bye, Felicia. My God, is that overdue? I mean, when was it printed? 15 years ago? Yeah, this ban is 15 years overdue. I legit don't know when it was printed, but that card had a target on its back right up there with Gitaxian Probe. It was so hated by the community, like Blood Moon levels of hate. Now they just need to ban about 300 more cards from Modern and it'll be a fun, enjoyable format. But wait, there's more. Tybalt's Trickery is also banned in Modern. It wasn't good. I told you, I told you guys, I said this. I said, I bet you they're going to ban Tybalt's, but then they're going to take that opportunity to say, you know what? This is just another example of Simeon being broken. We're going to ditch it. Because Simeon was either in Summer Bloom or Amulet Bloom or whatever, or Splinter Twin. It was in one or both of those. And like it was basically the problem card, but they didn't address it then either. And the Modern ban list is I mean, if I had to pick the 2 biggest categories of just broken shit that definitely deserve to be banned, and like is, blue degenerate combo arranging. So, your ponders, your brainstorms, your, all that crap. Even like that Delve 1 Treasure Cruise. I mean, it's multiple formats, not just modern, but those are consistently banned in everything. And then there's just red, pay 3, get 5, pay 1, get 2, pay 2, get 4, all this I have too much mana too early crap. Yeah, giving somebody too much mana too early enables some degenerate combo. And it's just a binary win condition. If I counterspell it, they'll basically just forfeit on the spot. That's not playing Magic, that's flipping a damn coin. So yeah, Simeon needed to go. Au revoir, hope I never see you again. Rest in peace, Simeon Spirit Guide, as you're burning in hell. Oh, and also Uro, no joke, was banned in Modern as well. Next up, Arkham's Astrolabe was banned from Legacy. I thought it already was, so okay. I think it was banned in Pauper or so. I don't know. I'd look it up, but the freaking Gatherer website is offline too. Wizards, get your shit together. God, fine, I'll go to Scryfall. I hate that stupid website. They gave me bad information one time, which is one fucking time too many, and I look like an idiot in that video. I got 200 comments saying, you're wrong, that's not this, or that's not legal in this, or that's not banned in this, or whatever the hell misinformation they gave me. So yeah, feel free to go use Scryfall if you like incorrect information. So anyway, also, Dreadhorde Arcanist was banned in Legacy. Thought he already was. Oko Thief of Crowns was banned in Legacy. Thought he already was. Must have been other formats. Oko is not even legal to own at this point. I think if you try to cross state lines with an Oko, you will actually be arrested. Next up, Vintage. Lurrus of the Dream Den is unbanned. First of all, when the was it banned? And secondly, why the would you unban it? Holy shit, they have lost their damn minds. That is just unlimited resurrection from the graveyard once per turn. That is so broken and so degenerate, and I'm literally describing standard. You start going into Vintage, holy shit. There are cards worse than Deadweight. Let me just throw that little morsel of truth out for you there. But wait, they've also banned the concept of Cascade. Just kidding, they fixed it so it actually makes any amount of sense, because it fucking didn't. You shouldn't be able to cascade into a card and then, oh, now the card is a spell and I'm going to cast the other side of it regardless of the cost. That's not how Cascade works. Or at least now it isn't. It used to be. And this is because people were cascading into Tybalt on one side, which is what, Loki or whatever, Lauki or Lakau or Lotri, or I don't remember what bullshit name they came up with. But yeah, people were targeting Lauki or whatever and getting the 7 cost version or whatever. That's not how that works. How is that how that works? So anyway, now that's not how that works. So let's dive into their reasoning and what these cards do, because I legit only know what about 2/3 of these cards do. Seriously, what is Balustrade Spy? What does that do? I've never heard of that card. Undercity Informer? What the hell is that? Anyway, before we jump into that though, super quick 10-second sponsored spot. Do you want to play a TCG that's not run by absolute morons? Do you want a TCG where if something's broken or overpowered, it's addressed in a week or two, and they just edit the card to change its hit points or attack? The most balanced, perfect, flawless TCG in existence, Domain TCG. And it is the single-handed cure for net decking, okay? They thought Keyforged was the cure for net decking. Turns out it's just turbo hardcore mega level net decking where you literally net deck the entire deck. You just buy the deck. You just go get a horribly broken, overpowered deck and buy it on eBay and run the whole thing. So it's actually a little bit worse than Magic the Gathering because it also takes deck building out as a factor. My God, did Keyforge get that wrong. But this one? Okay, yeah, you got your deck. Now it's on you to win the game because it's basically played on a chessboard. So yeah, go check it out. I am going to be streaming it sometime this month. I'm getting on that. I got to get used to the new cards and build new decks. Oh, and a new set just came out. But seriously, there's no cap to the amount of free coins you can get in a day. So you could literally just earn 30 packs in a day. Like a whole booster box just about. Oh, and there's trading. So yeah, you can pretty much play the game for free pretty effectively. But do go support the developer. He's really nice. And he sort of unofficially sponsored this video. I just said because none of my sponsored videos broke 10K when I absolutely assured him that they would, that just on principle, because, one, Magic the Gathering, and 2, Domain's a better game, I'm giving him a 100% free, non-sponsored shout out in the next banner restricted announcement. So here it is. Go play it. So yeah, if you're tired of this mismanaged shit where they take a year, finally kind of fix something, and by that time something else is broken, like all of Standard with Tybalt and stupid Death Doubled Infect Poison, whatever the hell his name is. Oh yeah, Mega Infect Finn, that's his name. Still legal, by the way, haven't banned him. I'm shocked. Go check out Domain TCG at enterthedomains.com, and the link to their Discord server where you can set up trades and multiplayer matches is also in the description. So actually, before they jump into this, they actually have this heading called Format Changes. Oh, are they going to announce that they're rotating standard quicker? Oh my god, I hope so. Okay, throughout the past year, with pandemic conditions resulting in fewer high-level tabletop tournaments, we correspondingly slowed the pace of ban-restricted list changes in non-rotating formats. Okay, hold on. They said during an earlier ban and restricted announcement that they are upping the pace of ban and restricted announcements because there's no tournaments and because it's digital and people can adapt quicker on digital. So now they're saying that for the exact same reasons, they're slowing them down. Pick one, Wizards, you dumbasses. Anyway, recent community discussion has made it clear that many fans of those formats are interested in seeing shakeups to those metagames. Oh, they've been shooken up. Oko shake the shit out of it. I'm pretty sure Tybalt did a little shaking, the little shaky shake to Modern. Today's changes represent us taking a close look at each of Historic, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, and Vintage. So that's their excuse for not affecting Standard is, we only looked at non-rotating formats. Yeah, because nobody plays Standard anymore. I get it. But try to fix it. The reason nobody plays it is because nobody likes it. It's a shit show. It is an unplayable disaster of hyper-control rogue shit, Red Rush garbage, Control-a-thon prison deck shit, and unlimited card draw in green. I mean, I pretty much just named everything. Oh, and Mill. I mean, it's just toxic shit after non-enjoyable gameplay, after gimmicky binary win condition deck. It's just everything that can go wrong what the game did in Standard. So why are they being so hands-off and just pretending like maybe rotation in 2022 will fix it? That's what you said the last 3 years, you assholes. At least try to fix Standard. At least ban something. Doing nothing is such a slap in the face to the people who want to play Standard and enjoy it and play Arena. It's saying, we don't care about you. These are more important. This is our priority. This is where we put all of our focus, was other formats. So if you enjoy Standard and you enjoy Arena, you. We are going to put in zero effort to fix in any way the disaster that we ourselves caused in our #1 premier format. Unbelievable. So anyway, they go on to the explanation of Historic. So decks built around Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath are the most played in Historic and have been for a while now. Whoa, shocker. I actually would have thought it would be Tybalt. That is surprising. But, honestly, they probably wrote this last week. I mean, come on. So while other decks have contested for that position, the steady dominance of Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath shows that it is too powerful for the format. It's too powerful for anything. You should actually fire whoever designed it. Because of the examples of how this card has performed in other larger formats, we do not feel like we need to suspend the card. Oh, that's right, because they suspend stuff in Historic where they pretend that they're not going to ban it later. So they're just like, you know what? It's banned. To increase the diversity of decks at the top of Historic metagame, Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath is banned in Historic. Omnath Locus of Creation is currently suspended in Historic, and our data indicates that diversity and interest in the meta would be harmed by reintroducing the card now. And yet, didn't you put Field of the Dead back in? And wait, didn't they reban it? They waffled on that a couple times. Anyway, because of this, Omnath Locus Creation is moved to ban from suspended in Historic, so nothing burger there. I actually would have thought if they got rid of Uro, they'd bring back Omnath, but they're just like, no, this landfall crap gotta go. And yeah, landfall is pretty OP. And they nailed landfall in Origins. That's the real shame out of all this. It was so fair and balanced and like multicolor capable. Everybody played it. Everybody loved it. They nailed it the last time, and now they pushed the power level to try and sell cards to Commander players, and look at the result. Unbelievable. So Pioneer, a format that nobody plays or cares about. Our vision for Pioneer is, nobody cares. So Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath has become one of the most dominant creatures in Pioneer and is featured in several of the most played and most winning decks. I am going to read their intro because it is embarrassing. All right. Our vision for Pioneer is to be a collection of the most fun, powerful, and iconic cards and strategies from recent Standard formats. However, there is a dividing line between powerful, iconic, and overbearing and unfun. Overbearing and unfun is literally the definition of Standard right now. So good luck policing Pioneer. In this update, we're addressing several cards and strategies that we feel cross the line and aren't representative of the play experiences we'd like Pioneer to offer. Pioneer is never going to be okay. It's right up there with Historic. And you know what? Frontier is shit too. Hey guys, let's make a new non-rotating format when everybody's complaining about the non-rotating formats. Herder, let's include fetch lands. That's a good way to... Oh, it's dead. Nobody plays it. It's already gone. Oops. Maybe next time, don't make your mana base cost $300 in your fancy new format, you morons. So anyway, they say, ultimately we felt Uro's power level is out of line with other cards and strategies available in Pioneer. Play data indicates and community feedback supports that this metagame will be more fun and diverse without Uro. Yeah, kiss my ass, Uro. I mean, it'd be more fun and diverse without Kroxa too, so, why don't you take him with him? In addition, we're taking this opportunity to ban Teferi Time Raveler and Wilderness Reclamation. I hate that card so much. From Pioneer as cards that previously overstayed their welcome in Standard. Yeah, if they're banned in Standard, they should right off the bat be banned in Pioneer. I mean, there's nothing in Pioneer that'll make it okay other than, more control stopping whatever card it is, which why would anybody want that? So yeah, it should be an automatic include, where if it was banned in Standard, it is banned in Pioneer. I don't know why they don't do that, because look how many cards have caught up later after they've done damage for months. Need I say more? I mean, good luck contradicting that logic. They also say removing Teferi Time Raveler will have the added benefit of lowering the power level of Niv to light decks, which were among the most played and most winning archetypes. I assume they mean Niv Mizzet? Niv to light. What is that? That must be a deck name. I don't know, whatever. Without Teferi Time Raveler to hold them in check, we're concerned that metagame share of Wilderness Reclamation decks, would rise, so we're choosing to preempt that outcome. Hey, remember the other 37 times where they said, we don't preemptively ban things, we wait to see if the meta adapts? Yeah, once in a while they pull their head out of their ass and say, this is clearly going to be a problem, let's just get rid of it now before it does more damage. Once in a great while they do that. Not often enough. Finally, we're seeing a concerning win rate and metagame share for the Oops All Spells deck. Yeah, another stupid gimmick. So they say it uses Balustrade Spy and Undercity Informer to mill its entire library, having no cards that count as lands while in the library. Oh, then you just win with like some Thassa's Oracle thing, right? Let's see. Undercity Informer is oh, it's just another enabler. Okay, I don't know how you win, but okay, it's a dumb, run your library out on turn 2 gimmick. Yeah, gotcha. And yet, the treasure hunt though, treasure hunt in Historic, that's just fine. That's fine. Thassa's Oracle treasure hunt, literally just Charbelcher, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's literally the exact same deck, but nothing wrong here. So given the difficulty of interacting with that strategy, yeah, you counterspell it or you lose. What a stupid binary win condition shithole that is. It isn't easily held in check by natural metagame forces. We don't believe Pioneer can be at its most fun with Oops All Spells being a large part of the metagame, so we're choosing to ban Balustrade Spy and Undercity Informer. And they should probably suspend for a week anybody who was playing those. It's not the deck that's the problem, it's the assholes who would play something that dickish that are the problem, and you need to send them a message. So Modern, as in Pioneer, Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath has become a dominant fixture across many of the top Modern decks and operates at a power level that makes it difficult for other mid-range control strategies to compete with. To open space in the metagame for a greater variety of mid-range strategies and other slower decks to coexist, we're choosing to ban Uro and Modern as well. Yeah, don't give people too many lands. As if they're ever going to learn that lesson. Never. Along with Uro, we're also addressing 2 land cards frequently used by ramp and control strategies. Yep, that we feel are decreasing diversity of gameplay patterns. Field of the Dead and Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, with Mystic, I mean, it was the same problem with Torrential Gearhulk. It's been the same problem with looping spells. It's the same problem with Luris. It's stop giving people spells over and over and over and over and over that are in the graveyard. I mean, duh. Both lands create repetitive and non-interactive game states in the late game for relatively low deck building cost. To promote more back and forth gameplay and interaction over win conditions, we're choosing to remove them. It's about damn time. Simian Spirit Guide, I can't wait to see what they say about this, is a card we've had our eye on for some time. Really? As an enabler that speeds up fast combo decks. Does it? Is that what it does? I thought it slowed them down. It's a monkey. I thought only hedgehogs were fast. Gotta go fast. So as the Modern card pool has grown, so too has the capability for decks to assemble early game-winning combinations from hand, with, of course, some recent examples including Oops All Spells, Charbelcher variants. Yeah, that's in Modern now. Hell, it's in Historic. And some builds of the recent Tybalt's Trickery deck. Yep. Yeah, the only thing wrong with that is Simeon. Yep. To slow down that category of combo decks as a whole and give opponents more time to set up interactive plays in the early game, Simian Spirit Guide is banned. They didn't say anything about it's been problematic. We almost banned it in the past. They just kind of hinted at it because, they know they should have banned it a long time ago. They know this. That ain't news. They just don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit that they completely and utterly screwed up. What else is new? Pathetic, spineless, egotistical Finally, while there's been much discussion about new Tybalt's Trickery decks in several formats, we see Modern as the format where those decks are uniquely problematic. No, Standard it's pretty bad too. If you don't think so, you're an idiot. But by the way, I use Tybalt's Trickery to exclusively, by itself, get from Platinum to Diamond. So that heavily indicates it has a problematic win con, or win percentage. Well, I mean, both, but yeah, so blah 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 blah, Cascade, whatever, who cares. Okay, while the overall win rate of this deck hasn't shown to be problematic, shut up, yes it is, you're wrong. We believe it contributes to non-games. I can't believe they said it. It's a game that's a non-game, or as I like to call it, why did I even sit down and bother shuffling? Or like a deck we're playing against it is literally not worth my time taking to shuffle the cards, which is how I describe all of Vintage. So yeah, this contributes to non-games that, let's just be honest, never get off the ground, but they're not going to say it, make Modern less fun to play, as the goal of the update is to shake up the metagame into a more fun spot. We're concerned that a continued metagame presence of Tybalt's Trickery decks would work against that goal. And also, we're lying about the win rate. It is problematic. Oh, no, I misread that. Actually, it said period. Therefore, we are banning Tybalt's Trickery in Modern. I'm shocked. This is my shocked face. You just can't see it. Legacy! While balance hasn't looked problematic in Legacy, we've heard community feedback that a few cards have come to draw too much of the focus for deck building and gameplay. Oko, Thief of Crowns, has proven powerful in other formats. Really? Because he's not in any other formats, so how would that be true? Oh, it was true, and you were just too stupid to ban it from Legacy. Okay, now you're correcting it, though. I get it. So you let it ruin Legacy for a year and a half, and now you're doing something about it. Great. You're just in time. Thanks. We're saved. So blah, 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 blah. We thought it was appropriate for Legacy power level, blah, 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 blah. We've been waiting to see whether it would fall in line with the average power level of the rest of the metagame. Hell no. Over time, we've seen Oko continue to remain a major metagame presence and a contributor to lower diversity. Yes, if everything is an elk, that's pretty low diversity. With its huge card pool, Legacy is a format that should offer tremendous variety, and yet it absolutely does not, of deck building options and reward innovative deck construction. No, it does the opposite. You play one of the tier 1 decks or you are going to get your ass kicked. If you come in and you're like, I'm playing Blue Theros Devotion. No, you're not. You're going to lose on turn 3. Oh, you want to cast that Merfolk Wave Crasher thing? You're not even going to see him. The game's going to be over before you even draw him. Legacy and Vintage are an absolute fucking joke. There is zero room for innovation and deck creativity. I believe Commander is the format you're thinking of that would be described that way. Where you can build something halfway competent and win with it. Although, if you look at the tier 1, one-on-one, like Commander dual format decks, they just win on turn 1. So that's not actually true. It's really the self-policing of the community that fixed it, which makes me wonder, should the community self-police all these formats? Should we just, like, every 3 months when a new set comes out, be able to vote 2 cards out of Standard? Or every format? I know it would really pile up and then there wouldn't be anything left, but it would work for Standard. Other formats, I don't know. I'll tell you what, the community would be a hell of a lot happier. And we've proven that the community as a whole, our collective intelligence, or even honestly just at the individual level on even Reddit of all places, we have proven that we are smarter than Wizards of the Coast. Like we solve things in one day that they haven't figured out after 3 months of playtesting. Just that sentence makes me sick to my stomach. So anyway, because of the power and flexibility, Oko can provide an easy answer even to unanticipated threats and defenses, and generally homogenizes gameplay. Yes, it makes them all elks, we know this. Patterns in a way that's counter to the spirit of the format. The spirit of the format is suing each other for shuffling your expensive cards wrong and winning on turn 3. Therefore, we're choosing to ban Oko, Thief of Crowns. Great, cool. I hope Oko dies in the storyline. I hope him and Teferi kill each other. Arkham's Astrolabe, a card that everybody wanted banned since the first day it was spoiled. No joke. But it's super narrow. It only works with snow. Well, it turns out people can generate snow. So Arkham's Piece of Garbage is another card that has contributed to the power and consistency of Snoko decks. Traditionally in Legacy, deck builders need to make choices about whether to have access to many colors or build a mana base that's resilient to disruption like Wasteland and Blood Moon, both of which should be banned. Arkham's Astrolabe allows mana bases to have both. To have both high color flexibility and high resilience to mana denial. That's a uniquely important part of the Legacy metagame. Ultimately, we think a narrow class of decks having such resilience for a relatively low investment is an advantage that leads to less metagame diversity. Yeah, that card can go burn. Next, Dreadhorde Arcanist. Okay, I just read the card, didn't remember what it did. Yeah, that's pretty messed up. I bet you could just boost him and win on turn 3. I mean, that's what I suspect. I don't know. I don't play Legacy. All right, let's see. He has proven to be powerful and game-defining in a way that further adds to cards and strategies that were already among the most powerful, like Temur Delver. Oh, okay, I can see that. Without Oko, we anticipate the Dreadhorde Arcanist strategies would only become more prominent. Ultimately, the community sentiment we've heard is that Dreadhorde Arcanist makes gameplay revolve around too early in the game, or revolve around it too early in the game, and that too many games come down to whether or not an opponent can immediately remove it. Yeah. Like Embercleave, but they're not going to do anything about Embercleave. Therefore, we're choosing to ban Dreadhorde Arcanist in Legacy. Good riddance. Free casting trash. Finally, we did discuss banning Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath in Legacy as well, but we feel its power level is more in line with the overall power level of Legacy, so in other words, it's banned in everything else, but Legacy is just that broken. So the bar is high for what 3 and 4 mana spells need to accomplish in Legacy, and we believe Uro can coexist as a competitive but not dominant option. Yeah, I'll make sure I quote that when they ban him. Additionally, the bans of Oko Thief of Crowns and Arkham's Astrolabe should significantly decrease the metagame share of existing decks that Uros naturally slots into. Vintage! Shortly after the release of Ikoria Lair of Behemoths, Lurrus of the Dream Den was added to the Vintage banned list as the only card on that list solely due to its power level. That's true! It was the only card to ever be banned in Vintage. Because Vintage only restricts cards. Now, okay, anything involving basically gambling, so ante, silver bordered. I mean, there's cards that you could say, well, they were banned, but there were cards that were banned due to functionality issues, like Shahrazad. It was just a complete waste of time. I assume that's banned in Vintage. There's a couple others that were just, they were banned for other reasons, but this was the first card to ever be banned due to a power level. That's how broken Lurrus is, and he's still legal in Standard. So they say, at that time, the power level benefit of using Lurrus as a companion was far too high relative to its deck building cost. However, we've since changed the companion rule to require additional mana investment, which comes at a premium in the context of Vintage power level. Oh yeah, because people don't just power 9 on turn 1. Vintage is a joke. They just need to delete the whole format. So a key aspect of the spirit of Vintage is that we'd like as much of Magic's library to be available as possible. So we're running the experiment, they're actually calling it that, of unbanning Lurrus of the Dream Den. Wow, this experiment at the cost of all the user base and community will go really well. We'll be keeping our eye on what this does to the metagame. Okay, can you at least restrict it? My God. So we're willing to revert the change if needed. Yeah, they're covering themselves because they know it'll be a flippin' disaster. But we believe Lurrus should be given another chance. Well, I don't. To prove itself under the new companion rule. Oh, and they do explain the Cascade rule change. So they said, hey, here's the rule change up top with zero context, no commentary. And then they looped back around to give the commentary and the explanation. Okay. So this was written by Magic Rules Manager Jess Dunks, who enjoys dunking on broken cards. I don't think they had anything to do with the ban decisions. They're literally just here to write the rules. All right, so modal double face cards, which never should have been a thing, although I do kind of like the lands, were designed to allow both faces to be playable in all situations. For example, if an effect lets you cast spells from the graveyard, players expect to be able to cast either face. That's true. You should just consider it a card. Whatever spell you want, that's the modal part. You just act like it says do one thing or do the other, choose one. Simple. Or was it? Because feedback has shown us, however, that in situations where certain criteria are mentioned, being able to play or cast the back face when it doesn't meet those criteria is not intuitive. Yes, it actually makes no sense whatsoever. People explain to me how the new Tibalt works, and I'm like, Why? Why would it work that way? It shouldn't work that way. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way. And somebody's like, well, I'm pretty sure it does because I just saw it. This confusion plus being allowed to cast spells without paying their mana costs that you shouldn't be able to makes Cascade an issue. All free casting is an issue, Jess. As a result, we're tweaking Cascade such that the spell you cast off the triggered ability must also have lesser converted mana cost than the spell with Cascade. You know, like the rules would intuitively say. So then they state the rule in its entirety again, which I'm obviously not going to read. So they say, for example, if you cast Bloodbraid Elf, which never should have been unbanned, and exile Valki, oh, that's what it is, God of Lies, from your library, you'll be able to cast Valki, but not Tybalt Cosmic Imposter. Because why the would you be able to? My God, these fucking assholes at work here. How dumb are they? Direct quote from Jess. Just kidding. On the other hand, if you exile Cosima, God of the Voyage, you may cast either Cosima or the Omen Keel, as each face has a lesser converted mana cost than Bloodbraid Elf. Yes, the spell you end up putting on the stack should probably qualify the same way it was when the card was selected. How was this not a rule yet? Cascade is so broken, they just need to ban it. It's one of my least favorite mechanics. It's just free casting in hyper consistency form. It's complete garbage and I hate it. So they do say this change isn't limited to DFCs. It also changes the way Cascade works with anything that has a, quote, dominant set of characteristics, like the Adventurer cards from Throne of Eldraine. Okay. For example, if Bloodbraid Elf causes you to exile Fae of Wishes, you may cast Fae of Wishes, but not the Granted ability. You know, because that's a separate spell. It's 2 spells on 1 card. I mean, this isn't hard to figure out. So finally, they're catching up. So they say, finally, the interaction between split cards in Cascade is unchanged. That one, the CMC of the card was both added together. And, FYI, that was actually in itself a rule change a while ago. So they got it wrong on every single account, every single time, then had to walk it back later with a rules change. Careless, clueless morons. By the way it's phrased now actually makes no sense either, but I don't care because Cascade is garbage and I don't care to explain it. So, that's the end of the ban announcement. Hopefully we see one involving Standard at some point. Actually, like a week or 2 after release is usually when they do another ban announcement, isn't it? Or I don't know, it was like before the Pro Tour, but now they're like, isn't one, and I don't fucking know. They would usually schedule a ban announcement for like the week before the release of a new set, which, like, what the hell was that? Thank God they got rid of that. That made no sense. So anyway, hey, if you want to go play a better game than this mismanaged shit, especially a digital one, since they did dead-ass nothing to fix Arena, go check out Domain TCG. It's a better game. It's cheaper in that it's pretty easy to play for free. There's no net decking, there's higher skill, and yet the game overall is easier than Magic the Gathering. There is literally no downside. And if you jump on stream with me, I will verse you. Or, I mean, like, jump into the stream while watching it, and then I'll play against you live on stream. So go check that out. Go build, let's be honest, an Astral deck. And I will see you guys next time. Also, link in the description to the game and the Discord server. It's enterthedomains.com.